Today I am printmaking. On the bottom right hand corner, I sign my name. Then I fold my piece of paper in half like it's a book. I line up the edges and I crease it. Using tempera paint today. This paint doesn't stain, but we still want to be careful. So I am printing. I have two different types of paintbrushes, a flat paintbrush and a bright paintbrush. You can decide how you want, which paintbrush you want to use first or both, but when I use the bright paintbrush, I put my hand on the handle, I wrap my hand around the back, I pinch it. I just get a little swoosh of paint on the hair of Mr. Paintbrush. I'm going to start by painting using kind of this like edge of the paintbrush to paint a butterfly, and I can fill it in using that skinny little top, or using the pressing down and making it a little bit thicker to fill in the areas with paint. Now I'm ready to print, so to print it I fold it down, I push that ink so it's transferring or it's printing to the other side. I want to print quickly so it transfers. When it opens up, it'll be printed on both sides. This side is a little bit scratchier. I can leave it, or I can go back and fill it in if that's something that bothers you. It's totally up to you. But I use the little edge of it to paint fine lines, and then to fill it in I would use pressing it down a little bit more. So I just get a swoosh of paint and I paint using thin lines using the edge. If I want to make a little bit thicker line, I would press a little bit harder with a little bit more pressure on Mr. Brush. When it starts getting scratchy, that means I need more paint. And I want to paint quickly, like only a few marks, and then print it, because otherwise that paint will dry before it gets a chance to transfer or to print on the other side. Now you can try using your bright brush for like more things like dots or little details. It's kind of more rounded, so it carries the paint differently. And again, I paint pretty quick and then I print it, or I transfer it over, really pushing hard so the paint doesn't have a chance to dry. And there it kind of pushed together, which is okay. Sometimes we make things as we go and they turn out to be happy surprises. So this brush, if I press a little harder or more pressure, I get more of a swooped line. And then I transfer it over. There. And again, if I want to do larger, bigger areas in the black, I just press with more pressure, pushing down on Mr. Brush. If I want to use thinner lines, then I would rotate it to the side, just using the tip of Mr. Brush. And I want it to be pretty thick paint, so I'll go back and fill in any areas that might be a little bit thin, and then transfer. We carry our paper with both hands to the drying rack.